ships come sailing in on Christmas Day in the morning. And what was in those ships, all three, on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day? And what was in those ships, all three, on Christmas Day in the morning? Our Savior Christ who came for me on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. Our Savior Christ who came for me on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the bells on earth shall ring on Christmas Day in the morning. And all the angels in heaven shall sing on Christmas Day, on Christmas Day. And all the angels in heaven shall sing on Christmas Day in the morning. Oh, Christmas tree, your leaves are green forever. Oh, Christmas tree, your beauty leaves you never. Your leaves are green in summer's pride. Your leaves are green at Christmas time. Oh, Christmas tree, your leaves are green forever. Oh, Christmas tree, you have a wondrous message. Oh, Christmas tree, you have a wondrous message. Yes, you proclaim the Savior's birth, goodwill to men and peace on earth. Oh, Christmas tree, you have a wondrous message. Oh, Christmas tree, you have a wondrous message. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the souls felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angels' voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, holy night, oh, night divine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please turn up all pages and cell phones. Merry Christmas. Nadolig Llywelyn.
Years and years ago, when I was a boy, when there were wolves in Wales, when birds the color of red flannel petticoats whisked past the harp-shaped hills, when we sang and wallowed all night and day in caves that smelled like Sunday afternoons in the damp front farmhouse parlors, when we chased with the jawbones of deacons, the English and the bears, before the motor car, before the wheel, before the Duchess-faced horse, when we rode the daft and happy hills bareback, It snowed and snowed.
Dylan, it matters not. The subject is snow.
It is always snowing at Christmas.
As heavy and wet as one of your Auntie Bessie's cakes.
I can never remember whether it snowed for 6 days and 6 nights when I was 12, or whether it snowed for 12 days and 12 nights when I was 6. Mistletoe hung from the gas brackets in all the front parlors. There was sherry and walnuts and bottled beer and crackers by the dessert spoons. And cats in their furabouts lay by the fires. And the high heat fires spat, all ready for chestnuts and mulling pumpkins. And music.
Playing of the merry organ, sweet singing in the choir.
Men and women waiting or scooping back from chapel with taproom noses and wind-bust cheeks, all albinos, huddles their thick black jarring feathers against the irreligious snow. Yes, it is Christmas in Wales. My world, or what I'd come to know of it, is number 5 Cwmdonkin Drive. A small, undistinguished cottage on a long white hill seeping down to the sea in a bum tumble of houses, very much like our humbled own.
Hello? Anybody home?
My father is the senior master of English at our town's elementary school. A wordish sort, as the ladies of our neighborhood would say, crystal reverence, a nod usually only reserved for the vicar. He loved Shakespeare and Keats and Shelley, and all the smells of leather and pipe smoke, though he didn't smoke, and raspberries. I don't know why. The tree has been selected, rejected, and selected again, finally to be decided upon once and for absolutely by my father, who had gotten chilled. Now he is busy with the temporary task of playing Father Christmas, dragging the tree through several snows uphill, my sister and I trailing along with all the pomp and authority of a judge, sure that of the bunch, we've got the best one.
Now, Pater, I've just finished the dusting up. You'll not track snow in the parlor?
Do I ever?
Frequently, I'm afraid. Where are the children?
Buried in a snowbank, I hope.
Pater.
They're right behind me. Oh well, I'm sure they're about.
Dill, Nance, it's almost dark. Inside.
My mother is a study of a woman in lace collars and men's sweaters. With soft hands and neat shoes, she balances my father's sour muddle, with flashing eyes and sharp laughter.
Thank you, Deb.
DJ off with the overshoes.
Oh, don't carry on so. It's Christmas. Same place as last year.
Pater, that tree looks tallish.
Show some respect, it's just been murdered. Dragging a dead tree into a house, it's a damn pagan right if you ask me.
Children, Dylan, Nancy, inside. It'll not fit in his parlor.
It will fit. If I have to cut a hole in the roof, the bloody thing's coming in.
My sister Nancy was a bundle of noise. 2 years and 2 feet my senior, she clucks her way through her halls, tromping up the stairs with soldiers' stone boots, only to clomp down once again. She tumbles through her halls like a velvet gunshot.
For pity's sake, child, I wish you'd learn to simply enter a room. Hang your wet things in the kitchen.
Christmas to my sister Nancy isn't just a holiday, but a trumpet's call to arms.
Did you hang your wet things as I'd asked?
Will it soon be Christmas, Mom?
In a heap on the floor, just as I thought.
How much longer?
Nancy, for pity's sake, you're the original watched pot.
How much longer?
Ask Pater.
Dad, how much longer?
As long as my generous disposition remains.
Aunt Theodosia, or Auntie Dosie, as we'd always call her, is about to slip into the room in her careful, measured manner. My father's sister, she doesn't quite live with us, but she may as well have, because I can never remember a moment from my childhood where she wasn't perched, close and quiet nearby.
Auntie Dozie,
Yes, Nan.
how much longer? Till Christmas?
Never mind, Dosie. She asks everyone the same question, hoping to finally get an answer she likes.
6 hours and 7 minutes precisely.
Auntie Dosie, in last year's red dress and hair neatly drawn, Auntie Dosie is on whom my child's Christmas shall pivot. At last, she will be the one to watch. Although she wouldn't consider herself such. She rarely considered herself at all.
Dosie, you mustn't lift the heavy things.
Yes, I'm all right. Thank you.
A spinster, disappointed in love, as the women of my family would say in hushed whispers, the pity thick on their tongues, soured cream tea.
Is it still snowing?
It has always snowed in my memory, Auntie. It snowed more when I was a boy, wouldn't you say?
Did it?
The snow fell like a snowball down the hill to the sea. And it was colder.
Colder, yes. I suppose you're right. Your memory is ever so much better than mine.
I often imagine that she had lost her one and true gentleman in the Great War. A tragedy of the heart. I have no idea whether this is true, but true or not, it somehow explains her to me, and so it is.
Where's young Dylan got to? Florence?
Yes, Dosie. Yes.
Nothing.
And that presents my family, at least my immediate family. Mom, Dad, Nancy, and Auntie Dosie. There's more, of course, many more. They're yet to arrive.
Dylan, you've forgotten.
Forgotten?
Forgotten someone.
Have I?
I'd say.
I'm afraid you have.
That boy would lose his own head if he wasn't sitting on it.
Gods, I have.
As absent as his father.
Mom, did you see the tree?
Your snow from cap to boots. Take your wet things off right where you stand. Galoshes first.
I'll help.
Auntie Dosie to my aid once more. Auntie Dosie is my favorite adult, as all boys must choose favorites. Everything from favorite caps to favorite whistles to favorite ways to annoy his sister.
Hello, Nancy, I have a present for you. What? Here's Christmas, huh?
It was my fourth and final present to her that day. She'd stood open for it every time.
Mom! Look what Dill's gone and done!
Dylan. Pater.
What?
Look what your son has done.
What?
I'll clean it up.
Snow all over the carpets, and I've just finished the dusting up. For pity's sake.
Don't carry on so, Florence. It's Christmas. That's a fine manner to your sister.
It was an accident.
An accident, my foot. You do that again, my boy, and my foot will have a convenient accident on your bum. Understood?
Aren't you gonna spank him, Dad?
Oh, please. Let's save something for Christmas.
Dad, the war is still stuck in the drift by Fergus Smeech.
Huh.
I'm humbled to admit it. That's me. Or at least was me. Stuck. Stuck in the snow. Stuck in my head. Stuck in this Christmas like a sliver of holly. Stuck in plum pudding.
You're still stuck.
I am still stuck. But then I was stuck, well, simply stuck between being as naughty a boy as I could be and still being considered a good enough boy to be paid the annual call by Father Christmas. All at once, I am the master of my own fate and slave to anyone taller than myself. It is 1923, and I am 9 years old.
9 years and 2 months.
A nauseating little bugger I was, too.
Mom, did you see the tree? It's the best we've had ever.
That's wrong, Pater. We had it here.
It was there, wasn't it?
We had it there last year by the divan.
When was it here?
it's never been there.
Dragging a dead tree into the house. It's a pagan rite, if you ask me. There we are. Gods, what now?
It's rather tallish there.
One Christmas was so much like another.
Perhaps you were right to have had it there opposite.
Pagan rite, if you ask me. There, all settled?
What do you think, Dosie?
Smells lovely.
That's wrong too, DJ.
Why don't you put it where you had it last year?
I put it in the dustbin last year.
Smells lovely.
She's right, DJ. It was better there.
Again, I say, one Christmas was so much like another.
Where do we put it?
That. It goes there.
I never remember it there.
He's right, DJ. It's there.
Oh, blast. Dylan. There, well,
I still say it's tallish. Turn it round.
one bloody side's as tall as the other.
Turn it round.
Okay.
Much better. Lovely.
We'll start the decorations.
Damn pagan right, if you ask me.
Such a sour pot. You like it more than anyone. Mark my words. Any moment he'll be directing your every move. Let Auntie hand the glass.
Auntie,
Yes?
where was the first Christmas tree?
It was Prince Albert, I believe. He brought the custom to Queen Victoria from Germany.
That makes all sense, the bloody hun. You not leave that there, will you?
What, DJ?
That looks wrong.
Which?
The silver one. Move it down. There.
Here?
No. There.
Here?
Yes. Lovely.
Patter, it's almost half past and they'll be here any moment.
Don't remind me.
Take off your overshoes and your cap.
My cap likes it where it is, thank you.
Patter, please.
I'll not have your sister staring at my bald head all Christmas through.
You're daft about that cap. And no mistake.
Daft, am I?
Silly man. For our wedding, Bessie asked if it were true that bald men make better bedfellows.
I'll show her my bald head. Both of them.
Patter.
I was 26 before I got that joke.
Never you mind. Wearing that cap all day, they'll think you daft as well as bald.
I'll not take this cap off this night for Christ himself. That's sure.
Don't blaspheme, Patter. It's Christmas.
I'll not have it.
Nancy, can you help?
I recall the time young Dylan tried to climb the Christmas tree.
I never did.
I still believe I never did.
You did! You climbed into the top and crashed it to the floor. You broke every last piece of glass to bits. Isn't it so, Mom?
Climbing a tree, now that makes sense. Bringing it into the house. That's something to expect of a damn pagan hun. Dosie,
Yes?
silver one. Move it up. Move it up. There.
Here?
Yes. Lovely.
So my sister and I, guided by gentle Auntie Dosie and maestroed by my armchair father and Bumblebee, decorated the tree with nuts and beads and paper chains, endowing it with sparkly sparklies and tinny tin shimmerings, profaning the pretty green tree with all of our youthful gildings of beauty. All the while outside it continued to snow.
I hope they won't be troubled with the snow.
What was that?
I just said I hope our Christmas travelers won't be troubled.
With all the snow.
If there's free food and drink, 1,000 blizzards in a blunderbuss wouldn't keep Florence's family away from the table if it's bloody free.
Oh, TJ.
It's true, that pack goes to funerals just for the food.
Our snow was not only shaken out of whitewash buckets from the sky, but came shawling out of the ground and swam and drifted out of the arms and hands and bodies of the trees. The snow grew on the roofs of the houses like a pure and grandfather moss, minutely ivied the walls, and settled on the postman opening the gate like a dumb, numb thunderstorm of white, torn Christmas cards. Now, who's that?
There, what did I say? Snowing buckets outside and the bloody swine plowed through to the trough.
It's her.
It's the postman!
The postman. I'd forgotten that.
Hello, young miss. A happy Christmas to you.
Of course. Those sprinkling eyes and a wind-cherried nose. On frozen feet, he crunched up to our door and mittened on it manfully. But all that the children could hear was a ringing of bells.
I never heard bells.
I don't mean church bells. I mean the bells all children hear. The bell I would hear inside me in time yet to come. The postman brought me my bell that Christmas Eve. I'd forgotten that. I'd forgotten his name.
Mom, it's the postman.
It was late for him, but he brought it, by God. Through snow and darkness, he delivered it just the same. Oh, good man. Wonderful man. I'd forgotten. What was his name?
Is that Tom Tompkins? Hello, Tom. Happy
Tom.
Christmas.
Tom Tompkins. I hadn't remembered his name being Tom.
Hello, Miss Thomas. A happy Christmas to you.
It's late, Tom. You're still on? You must be near frozen.
It's just 7. Now I remember the church bells. It was 7 chimes when he came.
There's plenty to do, it's true. Christmas comes but once a year.
Church bells and bat black, snow-white belfries, tugged by bishops and storks, rang their tidings over the bandaged town, over the frozen foam of the powder and ice cream hills, over the crackling sea. It seemed that all the churches boomed for joy at Christmas.
Get back to the postman.
Tom Tompkins. He was just an ordinary man, fond of walking and dogs and Christmas and snow. That Christmas, he knocked on our door with blue knuckles
Ours has black knuckles.
and stood on our white welcome mat and huffed and puffed, making ghosts with his breath and jogging from foot to foot like little boys wanting to go to the loo.
I didn't want it to be Christmas with nothing for Master Dillon here.
It's for you. Go on, take it.
For me,
It is indeed, lad. Have you been a good sort this year?
I have.
I hadn't at all, of course. But Christmas is no time to pick nits. All things being equal, I suppose I was a better lad then than I am now.
Hold out your hands and close your eyes.
Well, get on with it, Tom. What are you waiting for? Christmas?
And there you are, young lad. A happy Christmas to you.
What is it?
Who sent it?
There's no return. Perhaps it's from Father Christmas.
May I open it, please?
You may not. You'll wait for Christmas like all God's children. Tom, you want to come in for a quick warm by the fire?
That's kind of you, Miss Thomas, but no thank you. I've more stops to make and the snow gets deeper and wider all the while.
You must be near frozen, Tom Tompkins.
It's not so bad as what Father Christmas has to keep. Fancy what it must be up at the North Pole. Blimey. Besides, I sing to keep myself warm and amuse Jack Frost and his snow fairies. Good night, all. Stay warm. A happy Christmas to you all.
And a happy Christmas to you and to Mrs. Tompkins. Dylan, what do you say to Tom?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you. Tom Tompkins, the postman.
Thank you, Tom.
Not at all, miss.
And the frozen postman, Tom Tompkins, with a rose on his button nose, wagged his bag like a frozen scamaton, and dizzily turned the corner on one foot. By God, he was gone.
You certain there's no return?
No.
Master Dylan Thomas, 5 Duncan Drive, Swansea. Who can have sent it?
How come Dylan gets a present and I don't?
Don't carry on, Nancy. I've yet to do my hair.
May I open it? May I?
You'll wait for Christmas, and that's the end of it. Patter,
No.
but you don't even know what I was going to ask you.
No.
Josie, Dylan's not to have so much to peek.
Of course.
They'll be here any moment, and I've yet to fix my hair. It won't be a tick. You look absolutely daft.
No.
What you just want to peek?
What do you suppose it could be?
Don't know. It's not big enough to be anything much.
You're so bloody young. Gods.
Was I ever that young?
Sometimes the best things come in small packages.
Now, I briefly considered your point, but at 9 years old, anything that wasn't bigger than a bicycle couldn't be much.
Perhaps it's from Father Christmas.
Father Christmas doesn't post things by the mails, Auntie.
No? No, I suppose you're right. All the same, someone, somewhere, has thought of you.
Dylan's got a sweetie.
Perhaps he does.
Remember, my boy, they start wearing you down early. Run. Don't walk. Run.
Now, at 9 years old, most boys my age would retch at the idea of the opposite sex being sweet on them. But as has already come sharp and clear, I wasn't most boys. Cheeky little bugger. I hope Father Christmas never looked too closely at that grin, or I'd have been excommunicated for sure.
They're here, Mom! They're here!
Oh, all right. I've not quite fixed my hair.
Where you cat?
Nan, get the door. Take everyone's coats and hats. I don't want to have to scold you children, understand? Dylan, mind yourself. Nancy, defraud softly. Try to part the ruined lady and not a lead-booted goose.
You'd likely sprout wings and fly, my lady. Where would you be then?
A goose with wings!
Should I require your snarkish assistance, young man? I'll ask for it.
Oh, happy Christmas,
Happy Christmas, Auntie. Happy Christmas.
Oh, there's no
Uncles and aunties arrived, one and all. Uncles Jim and Norman, well-cast spouses, John's had and not confessed. But since they always arrived in titles of hats and wet boots, and always left in titles of policy pieces and damn scratchy woolens, I was ever unsure of which uncle was married to which auntie. Even now, I'm not sure if they even knew or cared.
Thank you.
One more?
One more. Christmas.
Very good.
I'll be right back.
Yes, it's Christmas sure when I see DJ and his cat.
Happy Christmas, DJ.
Whenever I see DJ and that cat, I know it's Christmas.
Bessie, I know it's Christmas each and every time you enter my parlor.
Oh, and how's that?
I see you and I think, oh, Jesus.
Did I hear Bessie come in? Christmas morning.
Happy Christmas.
Hello, girls. Happy Christmas, Jim.
Happy Christmas, Florence.
Happy Christmas,
Oh, happy
Florence.
Christmas, Florence.
We couldn't have forgotten what day it was if we'd been boiled.
Happy Christmas, young Dylan.
Even then, such a cheeky bugger.
Happy Christmas.
God bless us, everyone!
I hope you didn't have too much trouble with the snow.
Oh, we did. There's a lorry stuck in a drift blocking the road. We walked from Fergie.
You didn't.
We did, like Eskimos on our way to chapel. And me in my Sunday boots and Hannah in her Sunday coat.
They got snow all over the carpet.
Oh, Lawrence, I'm afraid
We have gotten snow when your car went stolen. Be silly, DJ. Not at all. It's Christmas. It's Christmas.
and we all gathered round the polished Christmas tree and nibbled on treats, and the grown-ups drank forth. And Nancy bang slammed like a horse on stilts, confounding my mother's instructions as we all gathered tighter together. All the while, the snow not at all concerned us continued to fall.
Maybe open one present a month, please.
Yes, let's.
All right, you may each choose one. The rest wait till tomorrow after dinner.
I'll wait till tomorrow.
What's this?
I don't want it over too soon.
Feel free to choose one, though.
No, I'll wait.
Sister Nancy showed surprising restraint. My mother nodded in a way that I would come to know when just for an instant she was reminded that we were growing up and she was growing old. But it is Christmas Eve and I was the youngest in the room. And it is every child's granting to open one gift and one alone. I chose the largest one, of course, holding harshly to my theory that big presents were best. It was from Father Christmas, Mom said. A shiny pair of new boots, a new cap and scarf.
Well, those are fine.
Oh, you look quite the handsome lad in that.
That'll do you well in this foul weather. For my Sunday boots, we walked all the way from Fergus like Eskimos on our way to chapel.
The mittens won't fit, Mom.
Too small.
Everything was becoming too small for me then. Even then.
It's no matter. We'll exchange them right at Morgan's.
They're from Father Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Father Christmas shops at Morgan?
I knew it. Bloody hun.
Father Christmas had brought infants too small. Father Christmas had made a mistake. This was my very first hint that grown-ups made mistakes. I was growing up fast, it seems, and sudden. So slowly sudden.
Remember, my boy, Father Christmas doesn't know you as well as your own mother.
Hush, Pat.
Father Christmas doesn't like to admit that you're growing up.
TJ.
Well, I think he looks smashing, mittens or no.
That's right. Here, here.
Handsome.
Yes.
With that settled, my being handsome, and all agreed. Then there was music. The music in my memory is as loud and as constant as the horns of Fergie's Lorry. Uncle Jim would play the fiddle, and Auntie Hannah, sometimes, though not always, would pluck out a timid tune on the piano. And we all sang what my father called the Toad Squire. Christmas is the one time of year where everyone sang, and makes quite the fool of themselves. Being a perfect ass at Christmas isn't just tolerated, but is expected.
Oh, your fingers cold from that air.
God rest ye.
Rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay.
The snow had drifted even deeper. Fergie's lorry had Uncle's motor car to keep it company. The weather had become much too clever to challenge, so we all bedded down together in the parlor to stop the night at number 5 in Gotham Drive. I climbed into bed on the hill and next to the sea, and peaceful with the little house, I slept. Well, not quite. Tomorrow promised even more wonders and merriment, as did every Christmas in all of our younger days. Tomorrow night I will sleep. This Christmas Eve. Only will I dream. Christmas morning arrived while we slumbered as usual. But Sister Nancy was the first to rise, which was also usual, and as usual, soon gave rise to everyone else. The snowstorm had paused to take a breath, but the clouds hung low over the hills like a gray and smoky blanket. After rolls and lemon-hot tea, I plundered out through the drifts to call on Jack Briggs, my very best chum in my small world, or that is to say, my very best chum in my small mind.
Hello, Jack. Hello, Dill. New boots. Father Christmas.
Me as well. Father Christmas stops it more.
Yeah?
Yeah.
New hat? Yeah. You?
Yeah. New scarf?
Yeah. You?
Yeah. So what do you want to do then?
Don't know.
You want to do something?
Don't know.
Jack isn't much of a gab. As we grew older, he had even less to say. Jack is now a bachelor farmer of South Wales. I often wonder whether his cows appreciate long and studied silence.
Come on!
And we set out together to spend Christmas morning with our new boots squeaking into the wide world, onto the seaward hill, to pad through the still streets, doing nothing in particular, leaving huge footprints on the hidden pavements.
Fire!
Mate, you hear that?
Yeah.
Who is that?
Sounds like Mrs. Prothero.
Fire! Oh, saints have mercy. Merciful heavens. Fire!
What's she on about?
Oh, saints! Sweet Savior! Fire!
She said fire!
And we raced down the garden with snowballs in our arms towards the house. And smoke indeed was pouring out. And the gong was bombulating. And Mrs. Prothero was announcing rude like the town crier in Pompeii. We bounded into the house, laden with snowballs, and stopped at the open door of the smoke-filled room.
Fire! Saints preserve us! Fire!
Something indeed was burning, Perhaps it was Mr. Proper, who always slept there after dinner with a newspaper over his face. But he was standing in the middle of the room.
Hello, boys! What do you say? A fine Christmas, eh? A fine Christmas!
Fire! Saints preserve us! Fire!
Yes, there's no need to shout, my dear. We know there's a fire. We're standing in it.
Call the fire brigade!
They won't be there. It's Christmas.
There were no flames to be seen, just clouds of smoke. And Mr. Prothero standing in the middle of them, waving his slipper as though he were conducting.
Do something!
What's on fire?
Well, boy, if I knew that, I wouldn't need the two of you now, would I?
I think it's somewhere over there.
And we threw our snowballs into the smoke. I think we missed Mr. Prothero and ran out of the house to the telephone box.
Let's call the police as well and the ambulance!
And telephone Ernie Jenkins. He likes a fire.
But we only called the fire brigade, and soon the fire engine arrived. And two tall firemen in helmets dragged a hose into the house. And Mrs. Prothero got out just in time before they turned it on. No one could have had a noisier or soggier Christmas.
What can it be? How did it start?
It's one of your cigars. When you fell asleep, you set the house afire.
I've not been smoking today, my dear.
It's the coal furnace. You didn't stoke it properly. You've set this house afire.
The fire were nowhere near the coal burner, my dear.
The firemen turned off the hose, and we found ourselves standing once more in the wet, smoky room. Finally, Mr. Proper appeared in, and Mrs. Proper appeared in, and we peered in.
Well, I'm afraid there won't be a dinner today, my dear. It seems as though you've thoroughly cooked our Christmas goose.
Jack and I waited very quietly to hear what she would say. Mrs. Prothero said the right thing always. She looked at the two tall firemen in their helmets. She looked at Jack and I in our wet woolens, and Mr. Prothero in his smoky vest and coat, as we stood among the cinders and dissolving snow. And she said,
Well, would anyone like anything to read?
Soon the fire was forgotten by everyone except the Protheros. For years thereafter, whenever there was any mention of a fire, Mr. Prothero would muse.
It seems as though I'll again be reading for dinner.
All morning and afternoon we trounced over the hills, and under the gray blanket skies, Jack Briggs and I. The snow soon became cross at our feet on its carpets, and began to cover our tracks. Now we are snow-blinded travelers lost on the North Hills. The fire of the Prothero seemed many Christmases ago to my quick new mind.
Do you suppose the fish can see it snowing?
I don't know. Maybe you should go swimming and find out. I bet people think there's been hippos.
What would you do if you saw a hippo coming down our street? I'd go like this bang and I'd throw him over the rails and tickle him behind his ears until he wagged his tail. What would you do if you saw two? I'll run.
Ironclad and bellowing he-hippos clanked and battered through the scudding snow as we passed Mr. Daniel's house.
Let's post Mr. Daniel a snowball through his letterbox.
Let's write things in the snow.
Let's write Mr. Daniel looks like a spaniel all over his yard.
It was growing darker, and I suggested singing carols to make a few shillings to finance our next stop-in at Fergie's Sweet Shop. But since we couldn't risk singing to anyone that we might know or our parents might find out, and betwixt the two of us we knew most everyone in town, that made our plan quite difficult. Finally, at the end of a long road, there was a drive that led to a large house. Neither of us knew who lived in this house, if anyone lived there at all. We stumbled up the snowbound drive, both of us afraid, both of us too brave to say a word, both of us with stones in our hands in case. The wind through the trees made noises as of old, unpleasant, perhaps web-footed men wheezing in caves. We reached the black vault of the house.
What should we give them? Hark the Herald? No. Good King Wenceslas? Let's count to 3. 1, 2, 3.
We sang out, our voices high and seemingly
Good
distant
King
in the snow-belted
Wenceslas
darkness.
looked out
Round the
on
house that was
stuff
occupied by no one that we
when
knew.
the snow lay round
And then a voice,
about deep and
like the
crisp
voice of
and
someone who had not
even,
spoken in a
brightly
very
shone
long
the
time,
moon that night,
joined our
though the
singing.
frost was cruel.
A small, dry
When
eggshell
a
voice
poor
from the other
man
side of the
came
door.
inside,
A small, dry
gathering
voice
winter's
through the keyhole.
Hither, page, and stand by me, if thou know'st it telling. Yonder peasant, who is he? Where and what is dwelling?
And we bolted so quickly for hearth and home that I don't believe even our new boots could have kept pace with our winged feet. We dashed through the poor streets where only a few children with bare red fingers fumbled in the wheel-rutted snow. And cat called after us, their voices fading in the distance as we raced uphill, chased by the cries of dock birds and the spook hooting of ships out in the whirling bay.
You're just in time for dinner and you've missed tea. Where have you been? What's this? You're trembling like jelly, child. What is it? You look as though you've seen a ghost.
I'm still convinced it was a ghost.
Trolls or worse.
What's worse than trolls?
Goblins. The devil.
The devil. Now, where can you have seen the devil in Swansea?
She had a point. Could the devil recite all the lyrics to Good King Wenceslas?
No, it weren't the devil.
How did you know?
It's Christmas. The devil's on holiday. Who's that?
Oh. France?
It's all I could think of.
Yes, but France.
Hush with you.
What's worse, it seemed perfect logic to me then, and somehow makes sense to me still.
There, child, let's get those wet things off. It's almost time for dinner.
I'll miss you, Mom.
You needn't fret, child. I'm right here.
Please, Mom, just hold me. I'll not be this boy much longer. I'll soon have grown too old for Mother's touch. Please, just hold me still.
Yeah, man. Better?
I was safe and home. The aunts scuttled to and fro, bearing tureens. Auntie Betsy, who had already been frightened twice by a clockwork mouse, whimpered at the sideboard and had some elderberry wine. Nancy was sick. Auntie Hannah had to have 3 aspirins. I was safe once more. The front room looked lovely, and within the face of my mother, everything was good again. It was Christmas once more.
Let's get you some dinner. You must be famished.
For a boy of 9, turkey and blazing pudding seemed the only sensible step, having just encountered a ghost, a troll, a goblin, and perhaps even Lucifer himself. After dinner, the uncles sat by the fire, loosened all their buttons, with their large moist hands over their watch chains, groaned and slept. I blew balloons to see how big they would blow up to, and when they burst, which they always did, the uncles jumped and rumbled. My unclemen sat in the front parlors, trying their new cigars, holding them out at arm's length, returning them to their mouths, coughing, and then holding them out again as though waiting for the explosion. Auntie Dozy, not needed in the kitchen, sat on the very edge of her chair, moist and brittle, afraid to break. like a faded cup and saucer.
Let's get to the presents.
Presents. At last, presents.
Is it time for presents, Mom?
Yes, the presents, the presents.
All right, yes, it's time for presents.
Now first, there are the useful presents.
From Mother, more engulfing mufflers and mittens, this time made for giant sloths.
Auntie Hannah gave another pair of galoshes and a blinding camo shampoo like a patchwork tea.
And bunny-suited busbies from Auntie Bessie.
Who always wore wool against her skin, and made me wonder how Uncle Norman had any skin left at all. Is there more?
You know there is.
Yes. The useless presents.
Go on the useless one.
Oh, there's bags of moist and many-colored jelly babies from your Aunt Hannah.
And a folded flag and a false nose and a tram conductor's hat and a machine that punches holes in tickets and rings a bell from Uncle Jim, who was a conductor.
And again from Mother and Dad, a celluloid duck.
A celluloid duck. That made, when you pressed it, a most unduck-like sound. A mewing moo that an ambitious cat might make, that wished to be a cat. I loved that duck.
God! Who gave him that cursed monstrosity?
We did.
I loved that duck.
Dad!
You mustn't play with this anymore, children.
Oh, Dad, why not?
Because it's broken. That's why not.
DJ, that's a fine example to your son.
It was an accident.
And from Auntie Bessie,
And Uncle Norman.
a painting book in which you can make the grass, the trees, the sea, and the animals any color you please.
Even still, those dazzling sky blue sheep I colored are grazing in the red field under the rainbow bill and pea green birds.
Are there any more sweets?
Enough to begin a dentist's early retirement.
Hard boils.
Toffee.
Punch and all sorts.
Crunches and crackles.
Oh, how much?
Glaciers.
Marzipan.
Butterwelch for the Welsh.
And shining tin soldiers, who, if they could not fight, could always run. And snakes and families and happy ladders.
An easy little hobby is for little engineer, complete with instructions.
Oh, easy for Da Vinci.
And from Nancy, a whistle to make the dogs bark. To wake up the old man next door, so he'll be banging on a wall with the stick, knocking pictures off the wall.
Father did. I always remembered that he gave books.
From Father, there were pictureless books. Telling all about small boys who, though warned with quotations not to, would skate on Farmer Giles Pond and did and drowned. And other books that told all about the wasp.
Except why?
Why?
Yes, why? I love that duck. Finally, there's the little brown package that Husband Tom Thompson had delivered it 7 times on Christmas Eve. It lay there with its plain brown wrapping, careful block lettering, whispering itself to me. Me. Not Mom or Dad, not Nancy, but to me and myself alone. Master
Mas-
Dylan Thomas.
Master Dylan Thomas.
Number 5.
Number 5.
Donkey Drive,
Clondalkin Drive,
Swansea.
Swansea. Shall I open it now? What is it? What is it?
Your future.
What do you have there, Dylan?
It's a book, I think.
A book? What's the title?
There's no title.
Every book has a title.
Not this one. Not even words. It's empty.
Let me see.
Empty.
Show on.
Books were familiar to our house. My father had stacks and stacks of them on tables and in corners. Dark, ponderous books by Shakespeare, Keats, and Shelley. Weighty men with more overstuffed words in them than I ever hoped to digest.
Look at that. Not a word.
Let me see. Where's my... Remember where I need them? Has anybody seen my
DJ, is this your idea of a joke?
No, it was not me.
Books were not to my new mind an appropriate gift. You couldn't ride it and you couldn't shoot it. The only thing it was good and true for is to annoy your sister.
Mom! Dylan smacked me!
Dylan?
Wait, Florence. I was witness to the whole thing. It went like so. It was an accident.
Sorry. Mom, Nancy hit me!
Another smite for many of you, and you'll all be sent to bed sure. The lot of you. You all deserve one another. That's my view.
Look at this. It's more a journal than a book.
Someone's playing a joke on young Dylan, sure.
Well, I've never seen a book like this.
It's not like a real book at all.
No.
Well, perhaps it's a cheapish one.
A book without words? Perhaps they've all fallen out onto the floor.
It's like the rabbit.
I know. The Christmas sales. Get them while they're lasting.
A book and no words. A bargain at half the price.
DJ, did you?
Confound it, it wasn't me.
Dylan, was there a note, a card?
No.
Betsy, a blank book?
I know what it is.
What is it, Norman?
It's a book for the blind.
And we all laughed. And we all knew it wasn't nice. It was just so absurd. This was more useless than any of the useful presents. It was more useless than the folded flag and false pen. It was more useless than celluloid duck with the cow's meow. Yet, as everyone laughed, I silently recalled that after Tom Tompkins had sang away through the snow, what Auntie Dozie had said to me.
Someone has thought of me.
Someone, somewhere, thought of me. Author, poet, Dylan Thomas, me.
Tom Tompkins brought it over quite late last night. There was no return.
Someone's playing a joke on you, young Dylan. One of your school chums.
Oh, yes.
And in the din of high voices and booming laughter, this book that wasn't a book began to whisper itself to me once more. A little louder now out of its wrappings. Began to sing as softly, as sweetly as a cricket across the distant sea. These pages were vaguely asking something of me. A gift only from me. The fog began to rise as the smoke lifted from my chimney. And the question came to the answer. These pages, they were demanding my pen.
Perhaps it's a book by Dylan.
The room fell even more quiet than Auntie Dosie's thoughts. The air was breathless as it always was when she spoke. Her small voice required one's full attention. And even then, you weren't quite sure you heard her right.
What?
What was that?
A book by Dylan? What do you mean, Dulcie?
I don't think that's all the presents.
No, there's nothing left.
Dylan, have you forgotten? What do you have for your father?
Finally, there was a gift to my father, which Auntie Dosie had suggested long ago when we were in shirt sleeves outside. And the snow wasn't even a future memory.
What's all this then?
Young Dylan's been preparing a gift for you, DJ. Be still. Go on.
When most I wink, then do mine eyes best see. For all the day they view things unrespected. But when I sleep, in my dreams they look upon thee, in darkly bright and bright in dark direct.
It was my father's favorite sonnet, Word for Laborious Word by William Shakespeare. I can't tell you what color tie I'm wearing right now, but I can remember that passage still.
Then thou whose shadow doth make bright, how would thine shadows form happy show? In the clear day with thine much clearer light, when to unseen eyes thine shade shines so, how would I say mine eyes be blessed made, to look upon thee in the living day, when in dead night thine fair and perfect shade, through heavy sleep on sightless eyes doth stay. All days are nights to see till I see thee, and nights bright days when dreams do show thee me.
Bravo, my boy! Bravo! That was the best present you could have given me. Will Shakespeare himself would be so proud.
Wherever did you learn it?
Auntie Dosie's been helping.
Bravo, Dosie, bravo!
Oh no, it wasn't me.
Thank you, Auntie.
Yes, thank you, Auntie.
You did it yourself. It was nothing.
It was everything. To him and to me. It would be the only time we'd ever embrace.
I didn't do a thing. Truly.
Thank you, Auntie.
He's a talent, that one.
It was one. Dulcie. It's one.
This calls for celebration.
That's not what we've been doing.
Favor us with a song, Jim.
Yes, do.
What shall I play?
This Christmas night.
Well, this Christmas night, of course, when bells.
Oh, the song this Christmas night.
Oh, yes, of course. Oh, no, you don't.
Well then, here we go!
Something more danceable.
May I have this dance stuff?
Oh no, Dylan, I can't dance.
Come on, Dulcie.
No, I can't. I can't.
Oh, come on, Dulcie. We're so keeping our cups snowing. We'll pay any mind.
It was my very first dance with a lady. And I'm glad it was with Auntie Dosie, who knew even less of how to dance than I.
I'm afraid I'm all thumbs and noses when it comes to this sort of thing.
I don't think anybody's paying any mind.
Sorry, my fault.
2 plus 2 equals 4. But in Auntie Josie and mine, we totaled 7 left feet. Stumbling, bumbled together. We are co-patrons in our careful square of embarrassment. But Uncle Jim played on, and ever so slowly, we began to trot on one another less and less. Towards the end, I began to let myself believe that we were actually good. May I have this dance, Auntie?
Yes, of course.
I'm sorry, Auntie. It's Christmas. It's Christmas once more, and I have nothing to give you.
Whatever can you mean?
It was you, wasn't it?
Me?
I've had years of Christmases to think of it. It had to have been. It was you that posted me my book.
Perhaps it was Father Christmas. All the same, someone, somewhere, had thought of you.
Merry Christmas, Auntie.
Merry Christmas, Dylan.
Auntie Bessie, who had by this time finished all of my father's port and moved on to parsnip wine, imagined herself having talent and treated us to her annual, tuneless rendition of the 12 Days of Christmas, singing like a big bosom drum.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love sent to me a partridge in a pear tree.
God's teeth!
On the second day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 2 turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
By Auntie Bessie's third day of Christmas, you were set and ready to convert to Judaism.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree.
My father, whose own father's report, had by this time overrun all of my mother's careful instructions, blessedly cut the 12 days of Christmas to 4.
On the 4th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me
9 ladies dancing.
3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 5th day of Christmas, my
10
true love
loads
sent
of
to me
leaping.
5
7 swans are swimming. 3 French hens. 5 gold rings. 12 drummers drumming. 8 maids are milking. 10 lords are leaping. 11 dancers dancing. 7 swans are swimming. 6 geese are laying. 5 gold rings. 2 turtle doves. 3 French hens. And a partridge in a pear tree.
And we all laughed. Auntie Bessie noticed the ball. And it was very warm.
Look at the time. Where's Nancy?
Oh, she's off to bed, wise girl.
Oh, yes, you too, Dylan. Run along.
I'm not sleepy.
It's well past your time.
Good night, Dylan.
I'll take him up.
Happy Christmas,
Happy
Bill.
Christmas, everyone.
Pleasant
Good night.
dreams.
Good night, young Dylan.
So my child's Christmas in Wales folds and swings as Auntie Josie follows me up to slip me into my bed, tucked tightly under the eaves, number 5, Coop Donkin Drive.
write a book one day.
I think that you shall fly with the fairies and sail ships to the moon. And writing of it is the only way that I can go with you, Dylan. You're my window to God.
I looked into her eyes and she was crying. These weren't tears of sadness. These were tears of camaraderie. Through her tears of perceptive understanding, she looked down at me and smiled. I was suddenly very glad to be alive and glad for Christmas. I believe at that moment it was for the first and only time I'd ever see her, when Auntie Dozie was well and truly happy.
Come now, into bed.
How did you know, Auntie?
Did I know?
When I look back to that moment, to that Christmas, when you knew exactly who I was and who I would become.
Christmas isn't presents and plum pudding. Christmas is a celebration of the birth of a child. Within every child lies your promise. It's all of our duties to grant children their possibilities. It is Christmas, young Dylan. It's all of our duties. To God.
Leave the light.
What's this, troubled by the dark? It is another full year before this day spins its magic again. And what shall you wish for next year, young Dill?
Another Christmas, just like this one.
Then tonight you shall dream of it, my tender prince. Good night.
But that wish was never to come true. There'd never be another Christmas like my child's Christmas in Wales. But in my writing of it, we are together forever. Within that Christmas of 1923, when we truly lived together, when we were the very best that we could be, that we'd ever be. Within that Christmas, I am forever home. These memories are now silent, except in the distant voices I hear often before I sleep. Looking out my window into the moonlight and the unending snow, I can see the lights of all the other houses on our hill and hear the music rising from below up into the long, steady falling night. I turn down the gas. I burrow into bed. I hear these voices in the close and holy darkness. And then at last I sleep.
To be jolly.